my channel. If you are new, you will find all things budgeting, cash stuffing, and a few savings challenges that support my journey to a better financial future. So today's video is a little bit different to my normal cash stuffing. So there's no cash stuffing on this. This is more of a planning video. And so I'll be planning my financial goals for 2023. Really thinking about my priorities, just in case life throws me a curveball, something changes, job, so on. And then I want to be able to then finally show the steps that I'm going to take to achieve them. If that sounds interesting, then stick around. Excited for Christmas. So at the moment it's early December, and Christmas and the New Year are all exciting. I love it. You get time off, you get time with your family, you get to eat loads of food, you get time of year. And what I want to do is make sure that I'm planned ready for the new year, because it's also a time of the year after I've spent so much money at Christmas, I'm already at my maximum. I then see the sales, I've got more time to go on online shopping, and I impulse buy. So I don't want that to happen. By having a plan, I'm hoping that this is going to keep me on the straight and narrow of the time I have off, and starting the new year without any credit card debt and having a great focus on what's important to me. First thing I have done is I have thought about any big things happening in 2023 that is out of the usual. So things that may need some extra financial planning. And to be honest, 2023 for me so far is quite empty. I don't have any big holidays coming up, major life events and things like that. So I have got a year that I can really concentrate on paying off some large debts and getting myself in a great financial position. My list of priorities first, and then we can have a look at this fantastic sinking fund savings tracker from the Budget Mum. She explains on her channel how she goes through this. I thought this is probably the best way for me to determine if, one, I can afford the things I want to do, and then how I'm going to achieve there. So just before I start there, I'll write on the back, so I've only got one sheet to save when I'm looking back at this and learning first. And what I want to be looking at is the areas that I want to work on. So they're going to be like my type of goals for me to achieve by the end of 2023. So let's just write goals. So if you're planning on trying to figure out and begin to have a plan for the new year, this is a great way to really think about what's important. Give yourself just a few goals rather than 100 goals that are unachievable, and then by the end of January, like, forget it. Because that was me. That is usually what I'm like. So this is my whole brain dump of financial commitments that I think are going to come up in the year, and how I'm going to save for emergency just in case there's other things that I've missed or things that may change. So yeah, if you want to plan like this, then I hope this is going to help you. But these are actually just my financial commitments that I need to achieve, and things that I feel are needed to make me have a better financial position. First of all, if you do watch my video, you'll see that I always talk about my car balloon payment that's coming. So my car is on PCP, which means at the end of my 3-year agreement that I pay monthly, I'll have a balloon payment that I need to pay. So that comes at the beginning of September 2023. So I need to think about how I'm going to achieve that. So the balloon payment, let's just write that down. Sorry if it's shaking. Is 4,500. I know off the bat that I cannot save 4,500 with all my other financial commitments. So I'm happy to be able to take some type of 1-year bank loan or get a 0% interest credit card to pay off the bit that I cannot save. So to give myself a goal, my goal is to save at least £2,000 of that. And I'm going to need that by the end of August 23. So that is my first and main goal for 2023. Secondly, I'm now thinking about the changes that may happen in the year that will require different finances. So my daughter is in primary school right now. She'll be going to secondary school. Primary school is literally around the corner. It takes a matter of minutes for her to get there, and I don't have to use any petrol. So her change in school is going to be things like I need a whole new school uniform, which I have already started saving for, but that is something I need to think about, making sure that I have that. A petrol increase from September when she actually starts to go to the school, because I will need to drop and pick her up every single day, Monday to Friday, when she's at school. I'm also going to have to think about dinner money. The moment she takes packed lunch, which is obviously a lot cheaper, but she's being a big girl, she's going to want to have dinner money. She's not going to want to take a packed lunch. She's going to want to be with her friends. So I'm going to now need to think about how much dinner money is going to be. And also, the bigger they get, I know that clubs, trips and things like that are way more expensive than they are in primary school. They start to get the thing that they really enjoy. It's going to start costing money. I need to think about how I can start saving for that. Ready for school. So my second goal is my change in outgoings from daughter at secondary school. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna have school uniform. I'm also going to have petrol increase, which I will budget £10 per week for now. Dinner money, which is roughly, I think it's about £2.50 a day. Now she has that 5 days a week, and there is roughly, I think 48. No, there's not. So £2.50 a day times 5 days a week, and there's roughly about 40 weeks of school. So that's £500 I need for the year. So if we just divide that by 12 for now, it's roughly about £45 a month. Okay, luckily, the dinner money is part of our joint account. So I put some money in mine and my partner's joint account, which is anything to do with school. So if it's after school club, if it's after school club or a school trip, and I'll let it build up there. So that will actually be part of joint, and I don't need to worry about that on my personal one. But it is still something I need to think about when we're looking at our joint financial commitments as well. And then we have clubs, trips, expenses that I need to start saving from. So I'm going to start saving for those from September. She hadn't started school until September. She'll get there, she'll start seeing things. It will not happen, well, I'm hoping, will not happen immediately. So that is my second goal, change of outgoings for my daughter. So my third goal now, so this one is a little bit more about myself, about how I feel as a person, but it then leads to a financial increase of commitment. So I really want to start looking at my health, and I'm starting to get a bit conscious of things like my hair, and I want to feel nice about myself. So to help build my self-confidence, reduce some stress levels, make me feel like I want to go out a little bit more, because lockdown and working from home since lockdown has really done its toll on how I feel about myself. So that is one thing I'm 100% working on next year, which will come with a financial commitment. So I'm going to have health and beauty funds, okay, which is going to help with self-confidence, which also having this channel is really helping with. So I thank you all for taking the time to watch my videos and show me your support. It really does make a massive difference. So my fourth goal, which is a little bit about my job. So without giving you too much detail about where I work, the job is a little bit uncertain at present. I don't feel like I'm going to get fired tomorrow. You know, I don't think it's going to happen overnight. However, I do know, and I can tell that a lot of changes are going to happen, which makes me feel like my department might be one that gets axed, shall we say. It's not, like I say, I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. I don't think it's going to happen actually in 5 or 6 months. I feel like I've got a little bit of time still to think about that. But because of that, I really need to be working on my emergency funds. So I've been doing things in the background that have nothing to do with money, like updating my CV and so like that, to try and keep a financial stability. But for my actual budgeting, I need to work on my emergency funds for it. So my second goal is job uncertainty. And that I'm going to be looking at my emergency funds. Yeah. And for the beginning, I just want to make sure that my direct debits has at least a month, which is roughly £450. Okay, just so I can start. I don't want to give myself massive goals that I cannot achieve and then feel like I've let myself down. So my fifth goal is actually included in a bit of the job uncertainty. So with job uncertainty, I have started a small handmade bag business. So I've pretty much invested in everything I need to get that business up and running. I've even got my website and everything. But what I haven't been doing is giving it my full attention and putting in the work to make sure I actually have an income stream from it. So next year is all about making sure I can give myself a better financial future, which isn't just from my job. So I want to be putting some efforts into that business and obviously on this YouTube channel and things like that. So then I can actually try and proactively plug some holes that could potentially come across. So is better financial future. Okay, so work on bag business. And because it isn't a commitment financially, it is also could have a potential investment and change of my planning. So that's why I've put that goal there. It hasn't got a financial tag, shall we say, against it like the others. This one is more trying to get more income type goal. So there are my 5 goals. For me to be able to put this into a plan of action, I need to figure out what I'm working with. So to do that, I need to be able to understand what my disposable income is from my salary, what sinking funds I already have, the balances and what changes are required to achieve these. Also, out of those things, will highlight that my disposable income does not match what I need. So then I need to be able to highlight my priorities, what comes first with my salary, and then I can have a look at if I do have any other income that can fill in all of the empty sinking funds that I can't with my salary. So let's do that on the front of my sinking funds tracker. I will pop a link over to the Budget Mum's website where she has all of these free resources as well as paid ones if you feel the need, but she's fantastic as well to use as a budgeting resource, and her videos are amazing. They really helped me and they helped me get to this position. So first of all, what is my disposable income? So from my salary, okay, so from my salary, so this isn't the salary that I have come in. So I have my salary and then I have a standing order that goes to my joint account, which pays our household bills. And then I have got my direct debits, which are things like my car PCP, my phone bill, and so on. So this is the actual disposable income. So this is the bit that I need to divvy up into my monthly spends, weekly spends, and my sinking funds. So my salary that I have left after all my important bills have gone out, the ones that have to be paid, so my fixed expenses, is £880. So I have been told that I'm having a pay rise starting from January. So this is including my pay rise that I know is coming, that will last to at least August before they then look at a pay rise again. So that's the salary. I know that I get child benefit of roughly £87. It is every 4 weeks, so it actually gets 13 payments a year, but we'll just put that as monthly as well. The extra payment can go into sinking funds and so on when I receive it. So together I have got £968 a month to cover all of my sinking funds, monthly bills, my weekly envelopes. So my next thing I need to double check now is my monthly. So my monthly things are So I'm going to just put them, list them here to get my total. My monthly things are things like petrol, spending money for myself, crafts, because it's a big hobby that helps me relax. It is important to me, so it has to be part of my monthly thing. And that's the point of this. This is a budget for me personally. Everyone's budget is different. Your monthly things or priorities and things that are important to you will be different. My daughter's pocket money, to help her learn about how to look after money herself, how to achieve something, how to work hard for something, and she does. Gifts. I'm part of a very large family, so what I do is I reduce gifts for Christmas, and then I give everyone a birthday present. It's not extravagant, so gifts is part of my monthly money, because it pretty much is every single month there's a birthday. So that's it, also important. And then I have got eating out. Okay, so they're my monthly ones, and for the next year I will be doing petrol at £40 per week. As discussed, I usually do £30, so I'm putting up £10 for my daughter's school. Obviously she doesn't start till September, but I need to make sure it's in there. And if there's any extra for the month that I'm budgeting now, I will still be putting £30 in my purse. And the extra £10 I will be putting towards sinking funds and so on. But I need to make sure I put the most expensive that I know is coming on here. So my spending is £25 per week. Craft, I'm just going to give myself £15 per week. It may change throughout the year, we will see. Pocket money, my daughter will continue to get £5 per week. Gifts is £20 per month. And then eating out, I'll give myself at the beginning £15 per week. This could change, probably will change, but it's just so then I can just get a start of how much I will potentially have left. So we have got £40 per week. So there is 52 weeks in a year divided by 12, just so then I'm making sure I calculate this correctly. I'm not going to have a week when I'm like, oh, I'm out a week. It's for the whole entire year. So that means I will be rounding £170 for petrol, spending £25 per week, 52 weeks, 12 months, £110 a month. Crafts, £15 per week, 52 weeks, 12 months, £65 a month. 5, 52, 12, 20, £20 pocket money. Crafts is just £20 per month. Then eating out is 15, 52 divided by 12, 65 again. 65. So my grand total of monthly money that I require is 170, 110, 65, 20, 20, 65. £450. So if I put here £450 in brackets to get my 968 minus 450, I get £518 towards my sinking funds that I'm going to plan. But what I want to also put in there is a hope and ambition of at the minimum £50 per month from business or other income. So that's rather from the bags, Etsy, selling something on Vinted, and so on. So that is what I'm hoping for. So my hope of money is going to be 568. We will do the sinking funds priority on what I know I'm more likely going to have, which is 518, and then we can then have a look at the other funds after. Right, so that is me figuring out what money I have. I hope that helps and hasn't confused anyone if you are looking to figure out what your disposable income is after your main bills. Obviously, I'm not sharing with you my mortgage, my gas and electric, water and all of those things. They're part of my joint account. This is all about my personal journey of my personal money. I will be doing the sinking funds on my joint, but that still isn't our bills. It'll be after that what we have left for some of our joint house financial commitments for the next year, because I just want to have everything in line and ready to go. So let me just zoom out a tiny bit. Okay, so now we're going to be having a look at my sinking funds, what I need. So let me just quickly list them first. They are my sinking funds for the year. It is a lot. but it is the things that I feel are necessary. So we've got my car balloon payment, my emergency fund. These are part of my goals. Month ahead, which is still part of my emergency fund. Then I've got the things that I definitely know are coming up. So we've got car insurance, car maintenance, school uniform, Christmas, still trying to battle some of my old debts. Birthdays, that's for my daughter and my partner. Apple, that is my phone contract debt that I pay obviously monthly. I would like to get that done earlier than expected. Summer holidays, which always catches me out. My Amazon subscription, which is yearly. Health and beauty, which is part of another one of my goals. I wear glasses, so I need I have to have my eyes tested, and I'd really like to save for some new glasses. Haven't had new glasses about 3 or 4 years, and they slip off my face quite a lot. Teeth, so that is my dentist checkup appointment and my hygienic clean once a year. Face, I battle with face scars and stuff like that, so I really want to make sure to boost my self-confidence that I can get the things that I need, you know, to fix those. Hair, I have very long curly hair, so it's needed to have it cut and maintained. Clothing for me and my daughter, more her, she grows a lot, she doesn't stop moving, you know, they get holes in them. Girls' night, try and make sure I try and get out there more, still part of one of my goals. And fun, that's to make sure that me and my daughter still I have the funds there for me and my daughter to really spend some quality time together. So these are the things that are important to me. So I'm going to quickly write down my goals, my due dates for those goals, the months to save, and then we'll quickly go over what all of that means. Okay, so what I've done is I've run down all the goal amounts that I feel is minimum required for me to be able to achieve the car balloon payment. Like I said, half of it being financed for the last year. Emergency fund, which is part of my direct debits. Month ahead, which is also part of my direct debits. So that would work out to be 2 months. Car insurance, at the moment I pay monthly. I don't want to make sure I can try and take that interest off. Car maintenance, I've just having my brakes done. I will require new tyres and stuff like that, and make sure I've got money in there realistically for next year. School uniform, part of the goals. Christmas, my debt, as much as I possibly can. So I don't think I'll be able to cover a whole debt there, but I can get as much as I can with that. And then we've got birthdays, that's my partner and my daughter. My Apple, which is my phone, and so on. So there are my goal amounts. So the due dates are when I need it. So my car payment, I need it by the end of August because it is due the 1st September. So I've got 8 months to save. Anything that says ASAP doesn't really have a due date. I just need to make sure I can try and do as much as I can. So I'm giving myself 12 months to save those, any that say ASAP. And then down here we've got a few that are ongoing. So clothes are ongoing, and whatever I have at the time when clothing is required, that is my budget. That's what I mean by ongoing. Same as girls' night. If I've got 30 quid but I decided to go out, then that's my budget, unless you take for spending. The same with fun. I did put 12 months there because it is more important for clothes than these bits which are fun. So just to help me make sure I put a certain amount in per month. So that is my sinking funds goals and amounts put in. So now I'm just quickly going to fill in how much I already have in my sinking funds. So in my sinking funds already, I will run through these and just fill in what I've got. My car balloon payment, the amount I'm going to put already saved, is that I've got in my 52 envelope challenge, and also my penny savings challenge is going towards my car balloon. So I'm going to quickly add those bits up. I'm also, because right now I have just done my November pay, that is for December, but before this actually kicks in January, I will have a December pay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this in half, what I've got in there right now, what I'm planning to put in there, my next pay. So then my 2023 is whole for the whole year of 2022's money on here. Okay. So I filled those in. The only ones that are weird ones is my Apple. So for my phone, it's a direct debit at the moment. So I'm not putting in there what I've already saved because it's what I've done against it. And this 335 balance isn't today's balance. It's what the balance will be once I get to December of next year and continue to pay my direct debit. So that is what's saved, what's going in December, and then I'm going to populate amount left to save in this column so it's my goals minus these amounts. This is what I have left now. So what I'll be doing is checking how much I will need to save each month to achieve that goal. So I've got £1,760 that I need by August, which gives me 8 months worth of pays. So now I'll divide the amount that I need to still save by the amount of months that I have to save it. So I've got 1,760 divided by 8 means for me to be able to achieve that goal, I need to save £220 per month. So I'm going to continue to do that through all of them, and let's see if my disposable income of 518 is going to cover them, which, considering that much, is very doubtful. You will see that I've made some little brackets here. So what I'm trying to do with this one, so for birthdays, I've got April and October to achieve them. So the money that I've saved so far is for my daughter. £120 is going to be saved, which comes off her amount of £250. So it's £250 minus her £120. So she's got £130 that I need to save in 4 months, which gives me £33. So that's how much I need to save between now and October. And then after that, for my partner's one, so we're going from October's now to October, April now to October, which is 6 months, and I need to save his £250 between 6 months, which means I need to then save £42 a month to still achieve that goal. I've done the exact same with teeth. So if I quickly add this all up, £723 up to at least the first one's April and February, and then where that one increases and that one decreases, I know that it still pretty much balances out after that. So that is higher than the disposable income that I have of 518. It's even higher than if I was to still try and achieve my £50 extra at 568. So I need to make sure that I highlight which ones are my priority that I can achieve, and then the other ones can be achieved later on if I have enough funds. So I'm going to use pink. I'm just going to give myself a little key for when I have a look back at this. So the ones that I can achieve. So let's put £518 on my calculator. Let's put it there on my calculator. So those that I definitely need that are part of my goals will come off the 518, so then I know what I've got left. So car balloon payment is 100% my main priority. So mine is £220 a month. My next one is emergency fund. That's another one of my key goals. So I'm minusing £20 off. Month ahead is not as important. All I really want to make sure is I have at least 1 month. Car insurance, that reduces a credit amount that I pay every single month. It comes out of my monthly money. So that is really key to me as well. That's £35. Car maintenance, definitely important now that I'm going to have to drop and pick up my daughter from school. So minus £41. School uniform, even though the amount that I have budgeted for may not be achievable, we'll just see where we are. It is still extremely key to me. She needs that to go to school. That's £30. Christmas, another one that I may not achieve £600, but I do need to try and do that one first before anything else, because that's a stress that I do not need for Christmas. Minus £57. Debt is also one of the same things. I may not achieve 500, but I really do need to concentrate on that one. So minus £28, just in case of any uncertainty in the new year. Birthday is definitely important as well. So minus £33. The next one is going to be Amazon. I use Amazon so much, especially for my business. So yeah, that definitely needs to be saved for. I know it's coming. I don't want to be seeing it come out and get stressed about it. So minus £16 for that one. And then the next one is teeth. Teeth, because, well, I need to make sure I keep looking after my teeth. £35. Face, it is really important because it's part of one of my goals, but it's only £12 that I need now to actually achieve that one. So what I'll be doing is maybe in one of my weeks, my week's leftover money that I usually do, I'll just make sure that I have that one ready. So that is important, but it's going to be paid and achieved quite quickly. Right, so they are my most important ones because that leaves me with £3 left. So they are the ones out of all of these sinking funds that I need to make sure that I cover first out of that out of that disposable income that I have left. So if I do want to make sure though, I concentrate on the things if I achieve my business goals, which is pink, I'll write what these keys are after. So if I was to achieve my £50, and when I've been looking at my other videos, I roughly during the month have £30 left over of what I did not spend on my monthly, weekly money. So let's say I have £80 potentially as additional income per month. If I hit that goal, if I try not to overspend, £80. So I want to just highlight the ones that are important to me next, which are the summer holidays. I want to be able to enjoy that time with my daughter, not have to worry about it, take some quality time off, especially with the changeover into a new school. I want to make sure she really enjoys the summer and she's all relaxed, she's had some fun before she begins again in a completely new space with loads of big kids. So that's another key one for me. So it's the summer holidays as well as fun, ready for all the other holidays. Sorry, I don't think you can see those. So fun for all the other holidays, that's important. So minus the 43, minus £10 towards fun, which gives us £27. That £27 with the £3 left over of the other one will cover clothing. But I don't want that to be a worry either. So with that minus the 30 and the £3 I have on the other one, that covers what I think potentially I can afford this year. If you do follow my channel, you know my daughter and my partner isn't my daughter's father. So I am meant to get child maintenance. It doesn't happen very often. It's a little bit sparse, which is why I'm not putting it on here. But child maintenance come in, they can really help these yellow ones, which realistically are for my daughter more than anything else. So I really want to be able to put those against those. I also just want to highlight that some of my larger amounts, so say my car balloon payment, 220, obviously as of the 1st of September, that payment will be gone. So I'll have £220 back in my budget to then pay towards some of my other sinking funds. So what I'll be doing is roughly around the times when most of these bigger ones come. So it's pretty much August, most of the half yearly type ones are gone. So my car's been done, that's been done. I'll be reevaluating what my sinking funds budget is, and then I can redistribute the money that isn't being paid anymore. So I also obviously pay my PCP in my monthly amount, which is already out before my disposable income. So that will be gone, and the amount of money that I will have to get on my finance will be covered in that direct debit. So there'll be no need for a car balloon payment at all after August. So yes, that's something to think about as well when you're doing this. If it looks like the income will not cover your sinking funds, if you've got some like mine that are one-offs, like car balloon payment, that is a large chunk, or debt that might be gone once you're done, then don't forget you can redistribute that money once those months have passed. I know my plan is ready to implement for the new year. And I've got my plan of action. I just need my new budgeting journal, which is actually on my Christmas list. So if I receive that on my Christmas list, because sometimes I give my partner a list and he'll just pick some things. He doesn't always get everything, which is fine. He doesn't need to get everything. I will take some of my spending money for the next week and purchase that, because that's really important. And then after that, I'm going to spend my time that I have off over Christmas, like one morning when everyone's still asleep, and I can fill it all in. I can get myself ready and really concentrate and focus for my new year. So this is my plan, and thank you all for watching my video. If you are new, then and this is something that you liked watching, I will obviously be doing these type of check-ins sporadically through the year, but obviously I have my cash stuffing once a week on a Sunday. So please subscribe, comment if you've got anything to ask or you've got anything to add, and it really supports my channel. So thank you all, have a fantastic week, rest of your day, and I will speak to you all soon. See you later.